Welcome to Recap Storyteller. Today, I'm going to recap the movie titled The Shape of Water. The movie begins in the 1960s, during the Cold War. We meet Eliza, a young girl who was born mute but interestingly can hear everyone. Eliza also has mysterious scratches on her neck from her childhood. She lived near a theater with Giles as her neighbor, who was an artist but lost his job. Eliza is his only friend for talking and understanding him. We then see Eliza working at a laboratory as a cleaner, and Zelda was her only friend there. While cleaning in a room, their security officer Fleming announced about a new project. Richard arrives there with a water tank. Richard was a ruthless man. Eliza stood there looking at the water tank and saw something unusual, a creature's hand. But they took the water tank to another room and ordered Eliza to leave. The next day, Eliza and Zelda were working. They heard Richard screaming. Richard came outside, running with his hand bleeding. He'd lost 2 fingers. Fleming ordered them to clean the room. When they entered the room, they saw a lot of blood around. While cleaning, Eliza found Richard's 2 fingers. Zelda was scared and called Fleming, but this time, Eliza also saw the whole body of the creature. It was almost like a human, but had distinct bodily parts of a sea creature. However, when the creature heard someone opening the door, it went deep back into the tank. After that, Eliza gave the packet of fingers to Fleming. Eliza tells Giles about the creature. Giles listens to her as everyday gossip and afterwards goes out to sell his painting. He tells Eliza if he sells his painting, he'll take her out for dinner. Sadly, his painting gets rejected by the exhibition center. The next day, Eliza goes to the room where the creature is kept without anyone noticing. She goes near the water tank and then she makes a sound by tapping on a boiled egg with a spoon. The creature comes up and Eliza offers him an egg. The creature screamed and Eliza tries to stop him but fails using her sign language. The creature takes the egg and dives away. When Eliza returns, Zelda tells her that Richard has asked for them. They both go into Richard's office where he talks to them, asking them about their name and everything. He notices Eliza's scar and also thanked her for finding his fingers. Richard warns them about working there because the creature was dangerous and it had bit his finger. Then he asks them to leave. We then see Richard go to his house and telling his wife that he wanted to buy a new car and will leave the place as soon as the work was done with the creature. After that, we see Eliza taking a tape recorder with her into the room and started playing it. The creature appears in front of her. She stops the recorder, but the creature tells her to start it in sign language. The creature loved music, and Eliza wanted to make friends with it. Eliza was very happy to be friends with the creature because of her loneliness. Dr. Robert, a scientist at the lab, witnesses these interactions and notices the creature was intelligent and almost similar to a human. Then, it's revealed that Dr. Robert was a Russian spy. He could speak Russian. He tells his associates about the creature and gives them the map of this lab. They plan to steal the creature from there and want to use it against the Americans to win the war. The next day, Eliza goes back to the room and finds the creature chained up and bleeding. After some time, Robert comes in and Eliza hides from him. Robert was angry with the creature for cutting down his finger and starts torturing it with electric shocks and beating it with a stick. Meanwhile, Zelda notices Eliza's missing during her work period. General Hoyt arrived there to watch the creature. Robert says that he captured it from the Amazon River in South America. The natives respect the creature as a god. They also offered fruits, flowers, and crab to it. During the conversation, Dr. Robert noticed Eliza's hiding. Dr. Robert asks for reasons why it's bleeding, but Richard refuses to say. The creature was coughing and becomes too weak for being outside of the water for a long time. Dr. Robert asks permission from General Hoyt to put it back into the water. Richard and General Hoyt plan to dissect the creature to research its insides. They wanted to do it in a hurry before the Soviets acknowledged it. Dr. Robert was unhappy to hear it. He did not want to kill the creature, but General Hoyt warned him, showed him his rank stars, and told him that he was the one to decide, not Dr. Robert. Eliza heard everything and was very worried. She asks for help from Giles to move out the creature from the lab. Giles says that it would be a crime and if they were caught, they would be punished. Eliza tries to convince Giles emotionally that the creature was important to her. Even though they both understood each other because of their loneliness, Giles refuses and goes out to sell his paintings again. This time, Giles again gets rejected and dishonored by the cafe owner. He returns home, confessed to Eliza that she is his only friend that he can talk to, and agrees to help her. Dr. Robert told his Russian associates about the operation. They order him to delay the operation or kill the creature because they could not have it, and the Americans could not know about the creature. Dr. Robert personally did not want to kill it. They gave him a tiny time bomb and poison to kill it. First, he has to put the bomb on the power circuit, and when the power is gone, he will kill the creature with the poison. Meanwhile, Richard buys a new Cadillac car and comes into the lab in a happy mood. Eliza was observing around the building and planned the way out with Giles. They planned to get the creature out by a laundry vehicle. On the other side, Dr. Robert prepares the bomb and poison and goes to Richard to delay the operation. Dr. Robert tells him that they can do research on the creature by keeping it alive. Richard refuses and says that if the operation was done early, he could move on with his family to a better place early. During their conversation, Eliza was moving the security camera to make a blind spot as they planned. Dr. Robert noticed it through the monitor behind Richard. Eliza loads a laundry basket with wet towels and went into the creature's place. Dr. Robert noticed and helps her with the key to unlock the creature. He also gives the ingredients and instructions to keep it alive. Dr. Robert set the bomb into the power circuit, and at the tunnel, Eliza is met with Zelda. Zelda stops her and tells her that she was doing wrong. Giles arrives at the loading dock and the security checked his identity, but the security police finds the identity to be wrong and arrests him. Suddenly, the bomb blasts and the power in the lab is gone. Richard watches this on the monitor. When the security police were searching, Richard realizes that something was wrong and starts heading for the tunnel. Dr. Robert came to the loading dock, and after seeing him, Zelda helped Eliza. Dr. Robert kills the security police by putting poison on his neck. Then, they put the creature in the vehicle and escape from the lab. Eliza put the creature in the bathtub and adds the necessary ingredients into the water. The creature was weak because it was out of water, but when Eliza adds more salt to the water to maintain salinity, the creature gets well. On the other hand, Richard figures out that it was the Soviets behind this. General Hoyt orders him to get the creature back. Eliza marks the release date of the creature on the calendar. She plans to release it on a canal connecting with the ocean during the rainy season. Eliza shows a book to the creature and starts communicating with it. Eliza and Zelda arrive at their workplace the next day to avoid getting suspicions. Richard called them for an investigation, but they answered that they knew nothing. Eliza is happy and said something to Richard in sign language as an act of revenge. Richard gets angry and Zelda takes Eliza out of the room. Dr. Robert calls them and gives them another box of ingredients to keep the creature alive. He then asks Eliza about the creature's release, and Eliza tells him about the canal. Eliza thanks Dr. Robert for being a good man, and for that, Dr. Robert tells him his real Russian name, Dmitri. Giles was painting a picture of the creature and fell asleep. The creature comes out of the bathroom and sees a cat. Giles wakes up by hearing the cat's noise and sees that the creature is eating the cat. Seeing Giles, the creature gets scared and runs outside of the house. Also, Giles gets wounded by getting scars from the creature. Eliza returns home and Giles tells her to find the creature. Eliza finds the creature in the theater watching a movie. Then, the creature asks forgiveness to Giles by putting his hands on its head. He also touches the wounded place with its hand. During the process, the creature gets lightened with blue light. The creature has the power of healing. The next day, Giles finds that his wounds are gone, and he even looks younger. We also see Eliza is very happy to be with the creature. They both fell in love with each other and they get intimate with each other as well. Dr. Robert's associates threaten him for not killing the creature and accuse him of betraying them. Meanwhile, Richard is mad to lose the creature. He also realizes that his 2 cut fingers are starting to get rotten. General Hoyt threatens Richard to find the creature within 36 hours, otherwise he will be severely punished. When the release date finally comes, Eliza is very sad. She even dreams of dancing with the creature on a stage as a sign of their love. Richard then starts to suspect Dr. Robert as he was against the operation of the creature. He starts monitoring Dr. Robert's movements. Dr. Robert's associates call him for a meeting. Richard was following behind, and suddenly, Dr. Robert's associates shot him. Richard hits those associates from behind and understands that Dr. Robert is a spy. He then tortures a wounded Dr. Robert to find the creature's location, and Dr. Robert finally tells him about Eliza and Zelda while groaning in pain. Richard first goes to Zelda's house and asks her about the creature. Zelda says that she does not know anything. Richard threatens her and throws away his 2 rotten fingers in the place. Zelda's husband gets scared and tells Richard that the creature was in Eliza's house. Zelda's husband knew these from Zelda and Eliza talking over the phone. Richard then goes to Eliza's house and Zelda warns Eliza by telephone. He searches Eliza's house and finds that no one is there. Then, he notices the calendar dates and notes on it. Meanwhile, Eliza and Giles takes the creature near the canal to release it. Eliza is crying while leaving the creature. Suddenly, Richard arrives there and shoots both the creature and Eliza. They both fell to the ground, but after some time, the creature's body starts sliding and it stands up and the bullet wounds disappear. Richard then realizes why the native people worshipped the creature as a god. The creature put on a slash on Richard's throat. Then, It takes Eliza's body and jumps into the canal. Underwater, it holds Eliza's face with its hands and kisses her. Its body starts to light up again. After some moments, Eliza gets back her consciousness and could easily breathe underwater. She smiles looking at the creature. And that is how the beautiful movie ends. If you like this, please subscribe to our channel and thank you for watching!